Hello there everyone, welcome back to a One Piece video, a positive One Piece video. This is huge news for those of you who've been following the channel for a little bit. You know that positive One Piece videos are very rare from me over the last year, but hey, things are looking up. I mean, just so many big announcements to talk about after the World Finals that happened over the weekend. Thank you all for joining me for this video. But first, I'm going to give a little bit of an unscripted diatribe about the rotation announcement. I think everyone, you'll have heard about it. I think it's very unlikely you're hearing about One Piece rotation from me for the first time. And I'm going to be honest, guys, the discourse about this has been 30 seconds yet. It has great. Fucking sucks. What the fuck are you all talking about? I have not seen so many fucking brain dead takes in my life than I have in the last, couple of days over on Twitter and Reddit and Facebook. It is absolutely insufferable. Also, sorry about the mess behind me. I'm packing to go to Japan on Friday. If you're in Japan, come say hello. I actually don't even know where to begin. But the takes I'm saying are absolutely, the takes I'm seeing are completely insane. There's broadly like two camps, okay? Well, there's three camps, okay? So first of all the people who are happy that we have rotation, cool, I'm going to leave those to the side. It's not necessarily something I'm like, it is something I'm happy about, but like not enough that I'm, well, okay, I guess enough that I'm going to bitch about all the people who aren't happy about it. So you know what? Yeah, fuck it. I'm in that camp, sure. There's the second camp, when this is the camp that pisses me off the most, and that is the camp that's like, oh my god, the sky is falling, my investment. My investment. You fucking cretins. It is cardboard. What the fuck are you talking about? It is cardboard. It is not an investment. It is the most volatile investment you could possibly make. You would be better off going and buying fucking scratch-offs than using the One Piece card game as a vehicle for financial gain. If you are not a store, like some sort of institution that is doing this on like a big scale where you can sort of diversify across like a whole load of different things, and even then, diversifying, i.e. being in only one game, is fucking mental. There is a reason why stores go under all the time. There is a reason why stores stock multiple different games. But anyway, there's the people wowing about the fact that their investment is going to zero. Newsflash, dickhead, your investment is not going to zero. First of all, it's not an investment. Second of all, the only thing that has historically retained value across time in the One Piece card game has been collector pieces, and even then they've down. Nothing has stayed up. Everything's going down. Anyway, if you were going to be moaning and complaining about your investment going to the floor, that should have been with PRB1 when they reprinted all the mangas and manga values went all the way through to the floor. Not that they weren't low anyway. The only thing that is going to retain any value is going to be the alternate arts from previous sets, the prize cards, i.e. the only things that will retain value are the only things with value right now. So what the fuck are you talking about, first of all? And second of all the people like poo-pooing and wowang, this is like probably the biggest camp who just do not, and have clearly never played a card game before. They've clearly never played a card game before, or never like actually sat and applied their probably not quite as smooth as mine, but this smooth head does conceal a slightly wrinkled brain with the capability of applying a little bit of thought to the situation, right? I'm sorry if I'm coming across as so antagonistic right now, but it's so frustrating seeing all these completely brain-dead takes, right? You cannot like rotation for a number of reasons, but the reason to not like rotation being, my cards I'm not going to be able to use my cards from 2 years ago, my value in my collection, why did I bother doing all this? If you think more than a handful of cards are ever used 2 years from their print date, you have not been paying attention. We haven't even hit the 2-year mark in the One Piece card game worth. I think we just have in Japan, right? Go and look at OP10, OP11, right? OP11. Go and have a look. I want you to tell me in that format how many cards from the first year of the game are still seeing play. And remember that the One Piece card game probably has significantly more cards than most due to the sort of nature and the way they support things that still see play. How many cards from OP1 to 5 are still seeing play? And that set isn't even rotating out until OP12, right? So you're going to be looking at OP13 by the time anything from OP01 to 5 is no longer legal. It's a vanishingly small list of cards that are actually seeing play. And don't get me wrong, some of them are seeing play. Otama, for example, or, a variety of these cards are still seeing play. They're still very good cards. And I completely agree, right? That does suck. It does suck that your $2 SR is not going to get used anymore unless they reprint it, which is of course the other thing, right? You can complain about your cards all you want, but they might just reprint them anyway. In my opinion, a very valid criticism of this method of rotation is the fact that they have already announced, no, we will be reprinting cards, which will make things a little bit confusing as to which cards are legal and which cards are not legal. I suspect that will be a problem. I do think that people are going to get confused. People are going to accidentally take the wrong versions of cards. It's going to be worse in this game because they print so many different versions of characters, right? Like, you know, with identical names, right? Like Monkey D. Luffy must have 100 cards at this point, right? So it's identical name, no like subtext, no nothing. So, you know, you're identifying them by the set they came out in, but now if cards are getting reprinted, then you're going to have to go, okay, so it's OP4 Luffy, but he's still legal because you got reprinted OP14. I can see that getting annoying. I think that is a completely valid criticism. But to sit here and say, like, oh no, this is a terrible idea because my fucking sorry, this head tracker thing is really annoying me. Because to sit there and go, oh no, the sky's falling because my my 3 cards that still see play from the last 2 years are now I'm gonna lose value. If you're losing more than like $30 worth of cards, I will be thoroughly shocked. Like, most of these cards are not worth anything and they can just reprint them at any point. If anything, it's like you're going to see a huge amount of excitement when these old cards do get reprinted, because that's Bandai going, hey, these are probably going to shake up the format. We're reprinting power cards, we're reprinting really good stuff. I don't know. Look, certainly rotation can go badly. I'm not gonna sit here and say like it can't, right? Like we can look to Magic the Gathering to see that, right? Like the idea of rotation is it's going to help them control the power creep in the game. They have not done a good job controlling the power creep. We've had like 4 tier 0 decks like show up over the course of like the game so far. Like that's basically one every 6 months. Like they're not doing a good job. But the hope is, with a constrained card pool, with a rotating card pool, they can more easily control. I think it's cope, but I think at least it won't get worse. That's my hope, right? Anyway, Jesus, sorry, I've yapped about this for 7 minutes. Let's just go over to the website, because I want to talk about the news. I want to talk about all the news. There's so much stuff that they got announced. So much to talk about. So I mean, obviously, you know, I'm just gonna whack open the main stuff. Which is, I think, you know, look, it's the rotation, oh crap, I don't think I opened that. Well, I've talked about rotation anyway, so we don't need to talk about that now. There's the ban list, talk about that at the end. Quickly, want to flash this up and flag something. So you'll see here that there are 12 promos you get with this set. It's $50, and you get a binder, and you get a playmat. I think this, oh no, it's just the binder. So you don't get the playmat, but honestly, this is like such insane value. One thing to flag is they have changed 2 cards. So the Moria is not 8-cost Moria anymore because they just banned it. It is the 4-cost Moria that salvages. So that's an accessible version of that alt art. Is very, very nice, not just the SP. And the Jinbei is now a different Jinbei because they have just banned that Jinbei. So yeah, that's just some changes to flag, but this is an amazing set. Huge W. I think this will sell like gangbusters. Okay, then obviously we've got the simultaneous worldwide release. The vibe seems to be April 1st, 2026 is when we can expect all the formats to sync up. So I'm guessing there will be like a brand new set they're like lining up to drop on 1st April or something right after Worlds. Maybe they'll like play it, like maybe they'll preview loads of stuff at Worlds. I don't know, but it'll be really, really cool is what I'm expecting. Obviously, we have these 6 starter decks. We now kind of have confirmation that we're just getting them a couple of weeks early in English, not really that much early, but that makes sense. I mean, we're getting them so early relative to when Japan's getting them. Japan are getting them during, like, I think OP 12 or something, or like close, like, you know, kind of coming up to OP 13, whereas we're getting them right at the start of OP 11. So they are very, very early for us. I think. Okay, so I took down that video because I was getting so many inane comments and it was pissing me off. But one of the things I am really excited about is, even though we're not syncing up, English is going to have a genuinely completely unique format to Japan. From this moment onwards, right? OP10, you know, like, okay, we're going to get about 2 weeks where the meta's the same, and then the ban list hits. And then the meta's completely different. No Moria and no Jinbei is such a huge deal for the OP10 format that I think things are going to massively shift. And then OP11, we're going to have OP11, but with all these 6 starter decks, which are definitely going to be pushed. I think we're going to have a hugely different meta moving forward. So I'm very, very excited to see where things go from that perspective. Just wanted to flag that. W from Bandai. I do think the game's going to be interesting to follow. I will not be following it super closely, unfortunately, because I have Gundam to look forward to. I have Star Wars Worlds to look forward to. So, you know, it's competing a lot, and I feel like I'll care more about it when it's simultaneously released from next year. So that's probably where it's going to be at. But I'll be following the game, but just like not super, super close attention, I think. Anyway, back to this. Yep, so we got these 6 starters, which is exciting. I mean, I hope Buggy's crazy. That's my hope. And then, of course, let's talk about the ban list. I kind of leaked it already, but yeah, Moria, banned. Jinbei, banned. Ice Age, banned. And Kingdom Come, banned. I mean, let's talk about the ban list. First of all, I think it's clear that this was finalized long before OP11 dropped. I think they must have been thinking about this for the last 2 months, because I just think there's no way you ban fucking Kingdom Come without touching Gum Gum Giant, right? Like, so clearly that's getting an emergency ban. Like, I think there's no way. If you look at the current like tournament results in Japan, it is ridiculously oppressive. Like, all the purple Luffy decks are just doing ridiculous stuff thanks to that card. So, you know, okay, ignoring that, this ban list is great. Like, honestly, ignoring that, and therefore, like, you know, it's not even really going to be an issue for us until OP11, where it becomes actually a bit broken. Like, this is a great ban list. You are hitting Moria, who should have been banned a year ago, but better late than never. And as we saw at Worlds, Lucci winning the whole thing, Moria, broken card! Who could have seen this coming? Me, I saw this coming. I've been saying this for a year. This card needs a ban. Anyway. It's gone. That's not true. I've been saying the card's actually not that good anymore, but I was wrong. I was wrong. I'm coping. I was completely lying now. I didn't think it was that big an issue anymore. I think it should have been gone a year ago, but you know what? I'm glad it's gone. Honestly, better late than never. Jinbei was the ban I expected. It was the obvious ban to touch Doflamingo. I think a better ban would have been 2-cost Blackbeard. I don't think Jinbei's really that much of an issue, but look, it's an obvious hit. I think Doffy is still like top tier. I don't think it's like dropping off to like unplayable tier. Jinbei just accelerated what the deck was doing. It didn't like do anything. It wasn't doing something different, right? Like, it was just doing what the deck was doing better. You're flooding the board, and you're still doing that. BY is completely dead, so that's a big deal. Like, Lucci is probably still playable. I think fundamentally you still do have the Becca Spandy and Lucci, so you still, and Becca Hino Lucci, like, you still have these like combos. They still exist, so you're just, the build's going to change. You're just not going to be as reliant on Moria. Spoiler, even with the stage and Moria banned, I think Lucci's still probably going to be pretty good. Everyone's looking to Bonnie as the new top deck to beat. I think there'll be a lot of decks to beat it. My money, I'm looking at Shanks. I think that's going to be really, really strong. Lim might be a sleeper, potentially. Ploofy obviously is going to be insanely good, and therefore, like, black purple Luffy you also have to look at, just because you get a little bit of removal baked in with that, thanks to the Sanji. I think black Luffy is something to look at as well. There's a lot of decks to look at, and obviously I don't want to discount these decks that just got hit. I don't know why they hit Kingdom Come. The only thing I can think of is something is coming in OP12, and they were like, oh shit, we should probably not have people use that. Does that make sense? But yeah, otherwise this is a great ban list. So I don't know what this video was. It was just me ranting about people having really bad takes on rotation. It's not that deep, guys. I think is like my overarching like TLDR here is like, look, I know it feels bad, like that your cards are losing value. I like actually sit and have a look. Like, they're not. Most of these cards were not seeing play. And just think about this, right? If a card was seeing play for 2 years after its initial printing, it was probably too good to begin with. It probably should go. If at that point, it's basically getting banned, right? Like, I just see no issue with a 2-year life cycle for a card. That is long enough. Especially when the cards are like $5. Like, yes, I understand people being sad about their huge, big alt art collection going to zero. Like, okay, firstly, it's not, but secondly, yes, I sympathize. As a man who did, until very recently, have a full, like, alt art collection, sold a lot of stuff recently. Yeah, that sucks. But what can you do? Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. As you can imagine, if you say something about rotation that I think is stupid, I will let you know. But there are valid complaints about rotation. I would like to hear them. I do think Bandai does need to be careful. It's not a slam dunk, right? Like, okay, cool, you're rotating, fine. That is bad PR. No one likes it, so I'm expecting you to do the good thing with it and like not have loads of broken formats back to back to back to back. So we'll see. And let me know what you think about the ban list in the comment section down below. Are you guys excited? I am, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Cheers.